What if the dream of financial freedom in Canada is already out of reach for most, not because they don't work hard, but because of harsh truths they've been conditioned to ignore? Today, we're pulling back the curtain on the brutal realities silently sabotaging the wealth-building efforts of 95% of Canadians. This isn't about blaming, it's about empowering you with the exact strategies to break free from these traps. After years advising individuals and analyzing Canadian financial patterns, I've seen these exact roadblocks repeat, costing good people their financial future. Did you know that recent inflation peaks have meant your safe savings were losing purchasing power faster than you could earn interest? Your money was shrinking without you even realizing it. So, ask yourself, which of these brutal truths might be holding you back? And more importantly, are you ready to face them and finally build real wealth? Do you ever feel like you're doing everything right, working hard, saving diligently, maybe even owning a home, but the goal of true financial independence seems to constantly slip away? Perhaps you're counting on government pensions, or you've put your money into what felt like secure options, only to find yourself no closer to a comfortable future. This quiet frustration is something many Canadians share. They look at their TFSA or RRSP statements, see lukewarm growth, and wonder why early retirement or financial security feels so distant. It's often because they're caught in a system that quietly prioritizes immediate wants over long-term prosperity, or they're simply unaware of the silent wealth killers lurking in their portfolios and daily habits. In this video, we're going to confront 10 brutal truths head-on. We'll expose why your CPP and OAS are just a starting point, how hidden investment fees are subtly robbing you, the common missteps Canadians make with their TFSAs and RRSPs, why your home might be a financial burden, the snare of consumer debt, the danger of safe but stagnant investments like GICs, the unseen drain of inflation, the immense cost of financial procrastination, the peril of simply not knowing enough about your money, and finally, why believing you can work forever is a dangerous fantasy. For each brutal truth, we'll reveal a clear, actionable path to break free. Now, let's dive into the first trap, which catches countless Canadians by surprise. Trap number 1, the government pension delusion. Many Canadians mistakenly believe their Canada Pension Plan and old age security will ensure a comfortable retirement. The brutal truth? These programs are designed as a foundational safety net, not a pathway to wealth. They offer a modest baseline, far from the lifestyle most Canadians aspire to. For instance, the maximum CPP payment at 65 is currently around $1,364 per month. Even with OAS added, many are looking at less than $2,000 a month. Can you genuinely thrive on that in today's Canada? Take a moment to calculate your projected benefits and then subtract your realistic desired retirement expenses. The resulting gap is your personal responsibility. Recognizing this empowers you to take control and build the private savings essential for a truly comfortable retirement, rather than settling for a bare minimum. But even if you start saving, what if your money is quietly disappearing before it even has a chance to grow? That leads us to trap number 2. Trap number 2. Your investments are being robbed blind. You might be diligently contributing to your investments, but are you truly aware of the silent wealth destroyers? Management expense ratios, often called MERs, along with trading fees and unnecessary commissions, can quietly erode your returns by tens, even hundreds of thousands over decades. Consider this. Even a 2% higher fee can slash your long-term wealth by 30% or more. Imagine two identical investment portfolios, both growing at 7% annually. One has a negligible 0.2% MER, the other has 2.2%. Over 30 years, starting with a $100,000 investment, that seemingly small difference could cost you well over $100,000 in lost growth. Review your investment statements with a fine-tooth comb. Identify all MERs and trading fees. Actively seek out low-cost exchange-traded funds or index funds through a discount brokerage. Lowering these fees directly boosts your net returns, dramatically accelerating your wealth accumulation. But what if the very accounts designed to help you save are being misused? Trap number 3, TFSA and RRSP misuse. The tax-free savings account and registered retirement savings plan are undeniably powerful tools for Canadian wealth building, yet countless Canadians are using them inefficiently. Common blunders include not maximizing contributions, holding too much cash, or using these accounts for short-term speculation rather than long-term growth. A TFSA sitting on too much cash instead of growth investments misses out on years of tax-free compound returns. An RRSP used for early withdrawals before retirement loses its crucial tax-deferred benefits and contribution room, often permanently. Ensure your TFSA and RRSP are primarily invested in growth-oriented assets that align with your long-term timeline and risk tolerance. Maximize your contributions whenever possible, and thoroughly understand their specific rules and benefits. Optimizing these accounts harnesses their full tax-advantaged power, leading to substantially larger nest eggs down the road. But speaking of assets, what about the biggest one for many Canadian families? Trap number 4, the Canadian housing trap. For many Canadians, their home is seen as their primary investment and a guaranteed path to wealth. But with soaring property prices, persistent high interest rates, ever-increasing property taxes, and ongoing maintenance costs, a home can quickly become a massive financial burden. It ties up immense capital and liquidity that could otherwise be diversified and invested for higher, more balanced returns. Imagine owning a $1 million home in a major Canadian city. The annual carrying costs alone could easily hit $50,000 or more. That's $50,000 each year that isn't being directed into diversified investments, building a robust stock portfolio, or aggressively paying down other high-interest debt. Assess your housing costs as a percentage of your total income. If it's consistently over 30 or 35%, it's time to reevaluate. Consider downsizing, optimizing your mortgage, or exploring other housing options. Freeing up capital from an over-leveraged home allows for diversified investments and improved cash flow, leading to more sustainable and balanced wealth growth. But often, it's not just a mortgage holding us back. Trap number 5, the debt delusion. Consumer debt, think credit cards, car loans, lines of credit, is a direct trade of your future earning potential for immediate gratification. The brutal truth is, high interest payments on non-appreciating assets decimate your ability to save and invest for your future. A $10,000 credit card balance at 20% interest could cost you $2,000 in interest alone each year. That's $2,000 that could have been invested, compounding exponentially for your future, not lining the pockets of a bank. Prioritize paying off high-interest debt aggressively, starting today. Create a clear, actionable debt repayment plan and stick to it with unwavering discipline. Becoming debt-free liberates significant monthly cash flow, which can then powerfully redirected towards wealth-building investments, supercharging your financial growth like never before. But what about the money you are saving? Is it truly working for you? Trap number 6, the good enough investment trap. While low-risk investments like guaranteed investment certificates, GICs, and high-interest savings accounts feel safe, they rarely outpace inflation and taxes. This effectively shrinks your money's real purchasing power. Good enough is often the enemy of truly wealthy. If Canada's inflation rate is hovering around 3% and your GIC earns 2%, you are actually losing 1% of your money's value each year in real terms. Over decades, this seemingly small difference becomes a massive drag on wealth accumulation. Beyond maintaining a robust emergency fund, allocate your long-term savings to growth assets like diversified equities, accepting calculated risks for significantly higher potential returns. Embracing appropriate risk for your personal timeline allows your money to grow substantially, not just barely keep pace, ensuring true wealth creation for your Canadian dream. Speaking of inflation, it's more than just a number on the news. Trap number 7, the invisible inflation tax. Inflation is often dubbed a hidden tax because it silently erodes the purchasing power of your hard-earned money. What cost $100 a decade ago might cost $130 today, and that trend continues. If your savings aren't growing at least at the rate of inflation, you are effectively getting poorer with every passing day. For example, with a consistent 3% inflation rate, $100,000 today will be worth just over $74,000 in real purchasing power after 10 years. Your cash, left untouched, is losing value. Ensure your investment strategy actively accounts for inflation. This typically means strategically investing in assets that historically outpace inflation, such as a diversified portfolio of stocks or carefully selected real estate. By actively combating inflation, your hard-earned money retains and grows its real value, securing your future purchasing power against the silent erosion of time. But all these strategies mean nothing if you're waiting for the perfect moment. Trap number 8, the procrastination penalty. The single most expensive financial decision you can make is doing nothing at all. The power of compound interest is a true marvel, but it demands one crucial ingredient: time. Every year you delay investing, you're not just losing that year's potential gains, you're losing the compounding of those gains for decades to come. Imagine starting to invest just $200 a month at age 25. With a conservative 7% average annual return, you could accumulate over $500,000 by age 65. But if you wait just 10 years and start at 35, you'd only reach about $230,000. That's a staggering penalty of over $270,000 for a mere 10-year delay. The crucial step is to begin, even if it's a small amount. Leveraging compound interest early is the single most powerful tool for wealth creation, allowing your money to do the heavy lifting for you as you build your financial future in Canada. But what if you don't even know where to start? Trap number 9, the ignorance tax. Many Canadians graduate from school without even the most basic financial literacy. Not truly understanding fundamental concepts like compound interest, what MERs are, the tax implications of different accounts, or how inflation truly works, leaves you incredibly vulnerable to bad decisions and even predatory financial products. Not knowing about those hidden MERs can cost you hundreds of thousands over your lifetime. Not understanding tax-efficient investing means you end up paying far more in taxes than you need to, drastically reducing your net returns. It's an unnecessary tax on your potential wealth. Commit to continuous financial education. Read reputable books, follow trusted Canadian financial channels, and consider taking online courses. Start with simply understanding your bank statements and investment fees. Empowering yourself with financial knowledge leads to smarter decisions, fewer costly mistakes, and a clearer, more direct path to building true wealth. But even with all this knowledge, there's one last dangerous myth. Trap number 10. The "I'll work forever" myth. Many Canadians believe that if their retirement savings aren't enough, they can simply work longer. But relying on an indefinite career is a dangerously naive fantasy. Health issues can arise unexpectedly, the job market can shift dramatically, or unforeseen family responsibilities can force an earlier, unplanned retirement. A surprising number of people are forced into early retirement due to health challenges or layoffs, often with little to no notice and completely inadequate savings. Do not let this be you. Plan for a realistic retirement age, perhaps even earlier than you anticipate, and build your entire financial strategy around that. Diversify your income streams where possible. By proactively preparing for an earlier retirement, you build a robust financial fortress, giving you options and invaluable peace of mind, regardless of what life throws your way. The brutal truth is, these 10 traps are incredibly real, and they are actively holding back the vast majority of Canadians from achieving true wealth. But here's the most empowering truth. Understanding them is the crucial first, most powerful step towards breaking free. Each day you postpone taking action is a day your money isn't working for you, a day compound interest is not actively on your side. Remember, wealth isn't just about how much you earn. It's profoundly about how wisely you manage, how effectively you grow, and how diligently you protect every single dollar you have. The power to fundamentally change your financial destiny in Canada is entirely in your hands. If this video has shed light on some brutal truths and, more importantly, armed you with actionable steps to reclaim your financial future, please hit that like button. Subscribe for more Canadian financial insights that genuinely help you build lasting wealth. And tell me in the comments below, which of these 10 traps are you going to tackle first, starting today? Your commitment helps others too. The journey to financial freedom in Canada isn't about luck. It's about awareness, unwavering discipline, and consistent, purposeful action. You now possess the knowledge to avoid the very pitfalls that ensnare most. Take that first step today, even if it feels small. Your future wealthy self will undoubtedly thank you for it for years to come. Until next time, keep building your unique Canadian dream, one smart financial decision at a time.